Welcome to Wasitora, Jundum out. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it a lot if we had some lands, but no lands. Let's go mulligan on this one. Polluted Delta, Frexit, yeah, let's go one more go. We'll make this work. At least we've got Kodama's Reach on here. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. See what the scry is. It's going to be Dragon Lord Attacker. Definitely put that on the bottom for right now. But then we'll get Wasitora pop back up. There we go. All right. Let's see if our opponent wants to mulligan. Nope, they're going to stay at 6. Let's go and get down Stomping Ground. Go and put that into play tapped. That'd be pretty good. And then, not going to pay 2 life on that one. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Wasitora. It's going to be Jund-colored Cat Dragons time. Flying and trample, whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If that player can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green Cat Dragon creature token with flying. All right. I'm just going to get down Kessig Wolf Run. Yeah, let's go and get down Kessig Wolf Run. We could go for Elves of Deep Shadow if we wanted to, but, well, they might run into some removal off the... They're playing green artifact destruction. Yeah, let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Elves of Deep Shadow. I really want to go for Kodama's Reach next turn. We could go for Golgari's Signet, but either way, we need that extra mana next turn, and we can get that Signet down and kind of go from there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to kind of throw our sequencing off, but just in case our opponent has Naturalized and we don't hit the land drop, I really don't want to miss those land drops, so that's what we're going to be doing. I play get Seton, Krosan Protector. It's going to be triple green. Tap untap druid you control, add green to your mana pool. All right, see what we draw into. Maybe we hit the lane drop. It would be pretty nice if we do. All right, we draw into Foreboding Ruins. Let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Kodama's Reach. It's going to be green. And then tap out for black off Elves of Deep Shadow. Let's go and grab a couple basics. Let's go split down the middle. Let's go black. And then let's go with, we might actually have some double green in here, especially since we drew in that Foreboding Ruins. Let's go swamp, and let's go and grab forest off that one. Let's go and put the forest onto the battlefield. Let's go and get down Foreboding. Yeah, we'll reveal a swamp off that. Why not? And then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Cover both commanders' free time. We can talk about whatever we want. Now, as far as this particular build of Wasitora, this is what you consider just a traditional Jund deck. If you've never played Modern before, Jund in Modern is one of the it's not necessarily the top tier deck right now. It goes and comes. Basically, Jund has always been around forever. It's just the big War of Attrition style deck. Get down Liliana, Abrupt Decays, Dark Confidant, just shred your opponent's hand with removal, hand disruption, and then just get down. Get beat to death by a treetop village for 5 more turns. That's Jund right there. And it's a really slow and painful death, but it's a fun deck to play, and this is basically what we're doing with this Wasitora deck. We have a lot of removal. I tend to kind of skimp on removal a lot of times in my commander experience, and so it's nice to play a deck that has some pretty good basic building blocks for commander, basically, let me put it that way. Alright, do we want to go for Wasitora? I think I like that. It's going to be 1, 2... If we get down Golgari's Signet, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can still get that down. It's going to be Kessig Wolf Run. Tap out for Golgari's Signet. Let's go ahead and add black to our mana pool. Tap out Golgari's Signet, and we'll tap red and then green. Get down Wasitora. Tap out for 1 more, and then there we go. All right, anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Now, we do have Kolaghan in the hand, and Kolaghan is absolutely wonderful in this deck. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Now, the fun thing about Kolaghan is that that's going to stack for each dragon that we have attacking, which makes for some really fun... Ooh, drawn to Psychotic Fury. All right. And also, another fun thing with Wasitora is Double Strike. So let's go ahead and get that going. We're going to go and show you. Let's go and swing in with Wasitora. That's going to be flying. Nothing has reach. Just want to make sure. All right. Swing in with Wasitora. That's going to be 5/4 in the air. Oh. Ooh. Let's make sure. Okay, there we go. We're going to go. I thought I missed the opportunity to go for Psychotic Fury. I got really scared for a second. We're going to go and tap out on Psychotic Fury. I guess technically we could go for something like Kessig Wolf Run, but yeah, I kind of like going for Read the Bones. All right. Now, the fun thing with Double Strike is that's going to be double the triggers for our opponent and double the commander damage. So you can see how devastating that is. More than likely, we might see Soul of Harvest go down because, yeah, they're going to leave that up just because they want to get that card draw going. And then we get into... let's go and go for Read the Bones. Actually, we'll leave up Heroic Intervention. Yeah, just in case there's just like a destroy target permanent. I like leaving up Heroic Intervention. We're in a better position now to start swinging in and really kind of start getting those cat dragons onto the battlefield. Opponent's going to go for Acidic Slime, okay. And let's see what they target off of this one. They're going to draw additional card. They can target Kessig Wolf Run with Acidic Slime, because we might end up going for that next turn to really get our opponent's life total down. But we'll see what they end up going for off this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. I don't mind going for Heroic Intervention in response to that. There we go. All right, Hexproof, Indestructible. Acidic Slime is simply just a 2/2 Death Touch now. Now, what we can do is we can either go for Kessig Wolf Run. It's not going to have Double Strike anymore, or we can go for Kolagon Storm's Fury. All right, opponent's going to be swinging with 6/6. We're going to let that come through, put us down to 21, and then we draw into Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and go for... If we tap out for really nice... Yeah, let's go ahead and go for Kessig Wolf Run. I think I like that. Let's go ahead and push in with Wasitora. We're going to be racing our opponent at this point right now. And let's go ahead and tap out for Kessig Wolf Run. We'll still go ahead and tap out Elves of Deep Shadow too. You know, if they want to swing back on the back end for 8, that's perfectly fine. We're in a little bit of a race at this point right now, but at least we can get down Kolagon or get rid of some of these creatures. And by us swinging in and dealing that combat damage, it's going to make sure they keep those creatures off the battlefield, which really helps us kind of push that, that attrition style game plan that we're looking for. Okay, let's go and tap out for Kessig Wolf Run. Target creature gets +X/+0. Let's go red, green. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's go ahead and go for Swamp, Golgari Signet, Kessig Wolf Run, targeting Wasitora, and that's going to be 1 green, 1 red. There we go. X is going to be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. All right. Puts it at 9 coming across. Going to put them down to 11. Puts them right at 2 away from commander damage. So they're going to have to get something in the air to stop Wasitora next turn from coming across. Kolagon's Command, we can get that down. We can dash it to kind of start applying some pressure on our opponent. That'll give it +2, make it kind of a 6/5 swinging across. Hey, good game. Yeah, sometimes Wasitora does lead to some kind of quick games like this, you know, but that's kind of what we're going for, unfortunately. As much as I'd love a really big drawn-out game, you know, getting overwhelming Stampede. All right. It's going to be 12. And that, well, it's pretty close on that one coming across. But yeah, that's kind of what Wasitora's game plan is. You know, keep the creatures off the battlefield and make sure that they can't close it out. Let's go ahead and push in for 5 in the air, and then we will be good to go. All right, that's going to be just enough for commander damage on our opponent. We'll back off on Elves of Deep Shadow. So we can cross for 5. Our opponent is at 19 total commander damage. With this 5 hit, they'll put him at 24 with that last sacrifice. Definitely a good shout out to Guerte. We always have some good matches. In fact, he played our he played my last Gonti game. If you want to go check that out, I think it's from about a couple weeks ago. And well, not the Gonti deck that I was playing. He was playing Gonti, and ended up being a really fun match. If you need to check that out, be sure and check it out. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Wasitora Junda Mount. As far as opening hand goes, yes, I love it. We're going to keep on this one. We have 3 lands in the hand, 2 spot removal to make sure we keep Jodah in the 5-color circus off the battlefield, and a good Sword of Feast and Famine to get down with Wasitora. So it sounds like a great play. Let's see what our opponent's going to get down in Frontier, okay? And then kick the turn over to us. We'll go and get down that Polluted Delta and grab a red source off of that for sure. And then we'll be good to go. Start covering our... Ooh, actually, we draw into Temple of Malady. Yeah, let's go and do that, actually. Let's go for Temple of Malady. Get the Scry going, the Scurry, the Fever, the Insanity. Innocent Blood. Yeah, let's go and put that on top. I think I like that. Yeah, we're going to put that on top. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Wasitora. Flying and Trample. Whenever Wasitora deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. If the player can't, you create a 3/3 Jund-colored cat dragon creature token when flying. And I can confirm those cat dragons are they're pretty cute. I like them. I wouldn't mind owning one. I'm just going to get down Simic Signet, and then I'll cover Jodah in just a second. Let's go and get that Polluted Delta down. That way we will be online, like I said, for some red mana. Get that down, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Jodah, Archmage Eternal. Flying, you may pay Woobird rather than pay the mana cost for spells that you cast. And then, yeah, that's it. So pretty much kind of replacing... almost, you know, if you're just going to be doing a 5-color spell singler deck, man, this is pretty much what you want to get going on. All right, but we'll get the commander down. Let's go ahead and crack... Polluted Delta. Do we want to go for... I'd kind of like to get down Sword of Feast and Famine, so let's end up going for... actually, we're not going to be able to. Dreadbore is a sorcerer speed. Let's go and grab that Canyon Slow. There we go. Have that come into play tapped. And then we'll be online for Innocent Blood next turn. Maybe we draw to Reanimate. And let's see if they send it back to the command zone, then we'll go for that. Let's get down Blooming Marsh. Let's go ahead and go for... let's go for Innocent Blood. Each of us are going to have to sacrifice a creature. All right. We'll sacrifice our non-existent creature, and our opponent will sacrifice Jodah. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We will be looking at 4 mana next turn once we get down Swamp, so I'd like to go for Sword of Feast and Famine. Once we do get down that, we can put it on Wasitora and hopefully start swinging and pushing past our opponent. Most of these Jodah decks, 5-color decks, you know, you're not really entirely sure what to expect. If our opponent's getting it down pretty quick, we might end up looking at a really kind of a big sorcery instant kind of spell style deck, especially the amount of mana that they're going for. All right, drawn to Frontier Siege. Just go and get Swamp down. Let's do this just to make sure that we can get on Wasitora next turn. We're gonna have plenty of removal too. Let's go and go for Frontier Siege. I like going for this. Let's go for Frontier Siege. Let's get that down, and we're gonna go ahead and name cons off this one. That way we get that double green to our mana pool. Anything else, kick it back over there. There we go. But yeah, as far as Wasitora goes, if you haven't seen Wasitora, I haven't played Wasitora in a while. Pretty much the way Wasitora is set up is, oh man, I love this card. I would play this in Modern in a heartbeat. It's everything you really want. Whenever it does combat damage, they sack a creature. If they can't, then we get a 3/3 gem-colored cat dragon on the battlefield, which you can start swinging in with, which is always really fun. And you know, it's just kind of a war of attrition. You know, you get down Wasitora, you're going to take care of one of their creatures. Then at the same time, you get to take advantage of those little cat dragons on the battlefield. Start swinging with those. Okay, opponent ends up tapping out for a Boundless Realms. All right, see what we draw into. If we don't hit the lane drop, like I said, we had Frontier Siege set up to where we can go for it. All right, we do hit the lane drop, though, which is not too bad. Add that double green to our mana pool. Let's go and do this. Let's go and go for Wasitora. Let's make the land drop. It's going to be Wasitora, double green. There we go. You have to click on it to cast. Like, what's going on? I'm clicking on it. All right, this is going to be red, and then one more. I guess technically we could leave up Putrefy for something that we need to go for. I really do like getting down Sword of Feast and Famine. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to equip it just yet, but at least getting it down onto the battlefield with that extra double mana will make us feel pretty good. Let's go and get down Sword of Feast and Famine. That's going to be 1, 2, then tap out for one more, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, our opponent did go for that Boundless Realm. Search your library for up to X basic lands cards, where X you control, put them on the battlefield. Wasn't too bad. I mean, they are looking at a lot of mana on, on turn 6, but it's nothing that we hopefully can't take care of between Dreadbore and Putrefy, especially if we can kind of run up our opponent's commander, their commander tax. But let's see if they're going to get down. They're still going to have access to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they should have access to Wooburg, so we're going to see what's coming down on this one. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy by our opponent. We can deal with it. All right, opponent's going to get down Gurk, Apex Predator, and take care of that. Now, next turn, we are looking at Putrefy and Dreadbore to take care of Gurk. If we wanted to, we can go for the -3 off Vraska. That's kind of a weird pronunciation, but I think I like going for Dreadbore and Putrefy. Opponent's still going to have 2 cards in the hand, then hopefully we can start kind of going to town with Wasitora. Let's get her pop back up. There we go. All right, let's go and add that double green to our mana pool. Let's go and go for Putrefy on Jodah. It's going to be 1, 2. Tap out for 1 black. Destroy target creature. And then we're going to go and go for Dreadbore on Gurk Apex Predator. Alright, anything else we're going to go on? We will add that double green to our second main phase, but we're not going to be able to get down Wasitora just yet. And it'll give us just enough mana to get down Wasitora next turn and equip Sword of Feast and Fame and hopefully give us some protection so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, make sure we're not missing anything. Yes, indeed. Okay, but you can pretty much tell this is what we're trying to do. You know, this is what a Jund style deck wants to do. They're going to run plenty of removal in here. You can see we've already got our opponent's commander tax up pretty high between Innocent Blood and then Putrefy, and they were able to take care of Gurk Apex Predator, who knocked Wasitora out of the sky with that big old axe over there. So, this is pretty much what you want to do. You know, run tons of removal in here, get down stuff like Vraska, where it makes it really hard for your opponent to do anything. And then once you start getting those double strike triggers, you notice we drew into Psychotic Fury. One of the best ways to really take advantage of Wasitora is by giving Wasitora a double strike. It's going to get double the triggers off of that, and that really makes it hard for your opponent to kind of bounce back from that. All right, no swinging from our opponent, or at least no spell cast. There's no more creatures in the graveyard. Let's go and do this. Add that double green to our mana pool. Let's go and tap out for Wasitora. An argument could be made for maybe getting down Vraska and plussing up on our opponent's commander, but I'd really like to get down Wasitora if possible. We're going to go and pass the turn. We'll go to our second main phase, get that second mana on there, unless our opponent has some sort of counter spell or something. But it looks like they would have been able to cast a spell last turn, so access to that Wooburg mana. Let's go and add that double green to our mana pool. It's going to equip Sword of Feast and Famine onto Wasitora. And we'll see if our opponent has any sort of spot removal, or at least any black removal. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Now, with Sword of Feast and Famine out there, that will give us protection from black and green, so we'll still be online for Psychotic Fury to give it double strike. Let's say it does go through. Our opponent does have flying with Jodah, but luckily with 7/6, it's going to be able to push past that pretty quick. They're going to get the Scries going and see what's going to happen off of that. All right, they're going to kick the turn back over. But yeah, this is pretty much just your stock Jund deck, and it's always fun in Commander to play a deck that has tons and tons of removal, or at least a lot of answers for things that your opponent's going to go for. All right, let's see what we draw into. We can't get that Signet down. Draw into Blood Mist. I think on this one, if we want to tap out for Blood Mist, it's going to be 1/2, or if we simply just want to leave up Psychotic Fury. Let's get down Golgari Signet. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's go for Golgari Signet. Let's go and get that down with that last 2 mana. And then let's go ahead and tap out. Let's give Wasitora a double strike on this one. We're going to draw an additional card that still keeps us a little bit more open. All right, draw into Hissing Quagmire. Let's go and push in on this one. It's going to be 7/6 coming across. And we'll see if Jodah is going to jump block and jump in front of this Sword of Feast and Famine or not. All right, the opponent's going to scoop it up. We had double strike coming across. That will take care of Jodah, and then kind of go from there. Now, with our opponent scooping up, they had 2 cards in the hand. That tells us one thing. They didn't have any removal. And then the thought of Jodah going back to the command zone and getting out from underneath the Sword of Feasting was going to be, Sword of Feast and Fame was going to be a little bit hard for them to do. But you can definitely see where, simply just getting down some really good removal. And, even when you're playing against a 5-color Walker deck, or maybe that's what we think it is, that's what we saw, you can definitely take advantage of it with the Dragon coming across, making them sacrifice the 5-color Circus Wizard. So, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.